Hey guys, it's Bart Johnson here and welcome to my brand new studio. And the first thing we're gonna do in here is I'm gonna show you how I pack up to go and shoot somewhere else. So currently I am packing up to head out on the road once again. Tomorrow I am flying to Iceland and I'm gonna be there for a little bit over a week. And I'm really looking forward to being able to explore the country. I've never been before and travel around and shoot. And so I have been in the process of getting all of my gear pack that I'm going to take with me on this trip. And of course, I want to keep it as light and mobile as possible, but also make sure that I bring everything that I could possibly need. I know it's a difficult balance, but I'm going to show you guys what I have in my bag and what I am taking with me on this trip to Iceland. So first we'll start with the bag itself. This right here is a Gopro backpack. It is the Gopro Pro Runner 350 AW. I looked it up. I'm not sure if this is a discontinued backpack. They have newer models and stuff, but I've had this bag for years. It's tough, it's rugged, and I absolutely love it. It's just your standard kind of DSLR travel backpack, so you can pick up anything similar, but I am using this one from Gopro, and it has done me very, very well. So let's go ahead and start exploring this guy. We'll dive straight into the main body of it, and then I'll start exploring some of the side pockets for you. So first thing, I have my little media credentials here on the bag. Helps me save some money on baggage fees when I travel with a lot, but I'm trying to keep it compact this time around. So let's get the bag opened up here. And here you go, guys. So you can see it's your sort of standard run-of-the-mill DSLR or camera backpack where it has these Velcro dividers that are padded, so you can configure it however you would like in order to fit all of your equipment in there. So I've got this thing packed to the gills right now, so I'm going to show you guys a little bit of what I've got going on in here. Now, the first thing you'll notice is there's kind of an empty pocket up here, and that's because the camera that I'm going to be taking with me, my primary camera, is going to be the Panasonic GH5. But currently, my GH5 is acting as my B camera over here. So it's not in the kit right now, but it will be living right in here once I finish this video. This is the lens I'm going to be using with it. This is the Panasonic Lumix 12 to 35 version 2. I love this lens with the GH5. It becomes the equivalent of about a 24 to 70 full frame. And I find that for most stuff, it gives me all the range and focal lengths that I need. And also the fact that it is stabilized and works with the in-body stabilization, the stabilized sensor of the GH5, means that I can get some stuff that is truly amazing and super stabilized handheld with this lens. So this and my GH5 will be my main camera, and they will go in here. So let's move right along. Over here in this pocket, I've got power for my GH5. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 batteries in here for the GH5, so that usually does me pretty good, as well as the wall charger and cables, so those fit snugly into right there. Let's put those aside. Let's get this lens out of here. We'll slowly empty this guy out. Moving right along, we're going to come down to over here. In this pocket, some of you may recognize this little case. Get this guy out. So this here is one of my new favorite toys. This is, of course, the Dji Mavic Air. Amazing little portable drone. I can't believe, its capabilities, 4K shooting, and it folds up so tiny. I used to travel everywhere with my Phantom, and it's considerably larger and more difficult to travel with. So I really do prefer this guy right now. I took it to Portugal with me for the first time when I first got it and sort of fell in love with it. I do have a video about that trip and my thoughts after using this in Portugal, so I'll put links in the descriptions down below for you guys there. And I also will mention to you guys that I'll put links, affiliate links to all of the items, or at least as many of the items in here as I can still find down in the description below. So if you want to pick up any of the pieces of this kit, you'll be able to find them down below. So let's move right along. We have the Mavic Air because, of course, Iceland has some beautiful, beautiful geology and landscapes, and it's just going to be an amazing place, and you always see amazing drone videos from there, so I am planning on taking the Mavic Air, of course. So we've got the Air and the GH5 so far. This is the controller for the Mavic Air. One of the things they did with the Air that's awesome is the little thumbsticks here actually come off, so they're tucked inside. So it makes this really easy to slide into a pocket without the thumbsticks kind of jagged and sticking out on you. So there's the controller for that guy. I have a cable here because I actually fly my Mavic Air with my iPad as opposed to connecting my phone to the controller, and I'll show you how I do that in a little bit. But so I've got a cable for that connection right there, and then I have the charging cable for the Mavic Air remote right here. It's a USB to micro, so I could really use anything, but I bring their cable along just in case. And then here what I have is I have a set of filters. So this is a set of ND and some combined ND and circular polarizing filters for the Mavic Air. I always use ND filters, especially in bright conditions, because it allows you to control the shutter speed on the camera, since you can't change the aperture on the Mavic Air. So ND filters are going to be crucial for getting some really amazing shots. So look into some. Again, I'll have links down below to the ones that I'm using here. Moving right along, let's go over to here. So we've got, of course, batteries for the Mavic Air. So I have 1, 2, 3 batteries here for the Mavic, and I actually have one installed in here. Just a note, I will take the battery out of the Mavic when I fly with this, because it's usually not a good idea to fly with batteries installed in devices, especially drones. So I will be pulling the 4th battery out and storing it in this pocket, but for right now it is installed. So I will have 4 batteries for our Mavic. Let's go ahead and set those down there. As you can see, I've got a lot of batteries and a lot of stuff going on here, because remember, batteries have to be carried on to planes. You cannot check batteries of any kind, so they need to be on you. So there's a lot of batteries and charging happening in this bag. Speaking of batteries and charging, this is one of my favorite USB battery banks. This is from Anker. It is, I believe, a 13,000 milliwatt or amp hour, or I forget what the rating is, but 13,000. It's got 2 USB ports, so I can simultaneously charge 2 devices, and they are both 2 amps, so you can charge stuff like tablets and stuff like that with this. Absolutely love this guy. Another thing to keep in mind is that I'm traveling from the US over to Iceland, and they do have different plugs, and they are higher voltage over there. So a lot of my stuff I like to be able to charge on the go via USB. I will be bringing adapters and stuff like that for stuff that needs to plug in, but anything that I can charge via USB while we're driving around in the rental car or something like that, that's going to be key. So I love having these battery packs, and this one really has been my favorite one over the years. So let's go ahead and plop that down there. Let's move to this little pocket right here. I am bringing 2 sets of extra props for the Mavic Air, because the last thing I want to happen is to be out there all the way, you know, in this beautiful country and break a prop, and that means my entire trip with the Mavic is over. So spare props, I haven't broken any yet, but just in case, because I would be heartbroken if I broke a prop and my flying was done. So I've got those. Oh man, we're really expanding all over this table here, aren't we? Then here I have a little Pelican case, and this is going to hold my micro SD and SD cards for everything. So here we go, I'll open it up. I've got SD cards over here. These will go in the GH5. I have one in the GH5 actually right now, so there will be another one. And I also have this ADATA 128 gigabyte V90 card. So if I want to, I can shoot that 400 megabit that the GH5 is capable of. So this card is fast enough to do that. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 micro SD cards here from SanDisk. 3 of them are 64 gig, 132, and these are going to be used for the Mavic Air as well as for the other 2 cameras that I will be bringing with me. So yeah, I've got them stored nice and safe in this little Pelican case. Let's go ahead and set this over here. All right, so let's go ahead into here. So this is one of the other cameras I was talking about. I usually take these absolutely everywhere with me. This is, of course, the GoPro Hero 6. I do have Hero 5 as well, but the 6 I found, especially with its stabilization, is so much better. So almost always I have a GoPro with me wherever I go. So bring in another one as well. So you know, if I'm shooting something else, my wife can use this and capture some more stuff while we're out there. So GoPro. So that's what we've got for cameras right now. So what do we got? We got GH5, Mavic Air, and GoPro 6. That's our count. We got one more hiding in here that I'll show you. So in here we have the charger for GoPro batteries, because GoPros really tear through batteries, so you're going to want to charge them. So I have the charger for that. Here I have my Tiffin variable ND filter. So let's go ahead and open this up. So this is going to be used with the GH5. So yeah, this is a variable ND filter, so I can adjust how much light it's blocking. And it is a 77 millimeter, but I actually have a step down ring, a 77 to 58 millimeter on here, because that's what the thread size is on this Panasonic 12 to 35 lens. So that'll allow me to attach this to this, which means if I'm out and it's really bright, I can still get some shallow depth of field and I don't have to stop the lens all the way down. I can use this. So ND filter, especially a variable ND filter, always very useful. So I've got that guy in there. Let's go ahead and set that over here. All right. So here, we'll get to this in just a sec, but here we go. Just a little grip accessory from GoPro for the GoPro. Floats, so if we get in water or anything like that and lose a hand on it. But yeah, just simple little floaty hand grip to make using the GoPro a little bit easier. What do we got in here? Here we go. Okay, so I've got this tiny little Manfrotto tripod with a little ball head built into it right here. This is going to come in handy. I might put the GH5 on this for some time lapse or something, set it up on a rock. But for the most part, it's probably going to get use with the GoPro and with the other camera that I have in here. So let's go ahead and set that guy. I'm running out of table space. This backpack really opens up. So here we go. Let's go with this guy right here. So this, I was mentioning earlier that I fly my Mavic Air with my iPad as opposed to my phone. It gives me a little bit more screen real estate and I can see better. And the way that I do that is I picked up this little adapter thing here from a company called Skyreet. I got it on Amazon. Again, I'll have a link below. But this thing comes apart, and what it is this metal plate. And you flip these up and it creates a little ball joint here. And then this, you unscrew, and the ball joint, sorry, you gotta thread that over, and the ball joint just pops in there. And there you go. And so it's a little stand and iPad holder. So it'll hold iPads of various sizes. I use an iPad mini, but then you just take this, and the Mavic controller, you know, it opens up so that you can hold the phone. Well, this metal piece right here goes right in here, gets clamped in, and then you can use your iPad to get a lot more screen real estate. So this thing's pretty cool, folds down pretty compact, and I thought that was a pretty cool find. I won't bother breaking it down. We'll just go ahead and set it off to the side for right now. In here we have the charging brick for the Mavic Air, so we'll set that with the Mavic Air stuff. We have the power cable for that charging brick. And we have, since I got the Fly More combo and since I have 4 batteries, this is that multiple charging station dock for the Mavic Air batteries. So I've got that right there, so I can charge multiples at once. Right here, this is something that I just picked up because I might do some content for my YouTube channel, maybe do some review stuff, or even maybe try and do a live show while I'm there. I don't know. I wanted to have decent audio, and so I picked up, this is the Rode Smart Lav Plus. So it's just a teeny tiny little microphone, little lav mic that connects directly into your iPhone. I've got the adapter here so that I can plug it into my iPhone 10, and then I can just keep my phone in my pocket and I can talk, and I can replace the audio later with the terrible in-camera sound. I can replace it with this. So it basically turns my phone, which I'm going to have on me anyway, into a little audio recorder. So this I'm looking forward to trying out for the first time on this trip. Okay, here we go. This is the last camera that I was talking about. I did a live show on this just the other day, actually yesterday. So I'll put a link to that down in the description below. But this is the Insta360 Let me get it out of this terrible case. Oops, I turned it on. There we go. So this is the Insta360. It is a little 360 camera. And like I said, I did a show on it. I haven't really used it a whole lot yet. I've basically just done a few little things to get used to it. But I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of cool 360 content I might be able to get with it, especially in a place as beautiful as Iceland. I think that'll be really cool. So I don't know much about this yet, but it is coming along. Pop it in that little case there. Let's go ahead and set that there. I also picked up a waterproof housing here for the Insta360. Since we are going to the Blue Lagoon, I want to be able to get it wet. These are just anti-fog inserts, but yeah, you know, very similar to GoPro, but made for the Insta360. And actually in this side pocket over here along the side, I have an Insta360 selfie stick. So I'm not a big fan of selfie sticks, but I'm going to try this out to get that Insta360 camera into some cool spots and get some awesome content. So let's go ahead and set that aside. All right, now we're going to talk about this guy right here. So this literally just came in about an hour ago. I ordered this at NAB, pre-ordered it when I saw it. Oh, it's already got dog hairs on it. Well, that's what happens to everything in my house with two huskies. But this is the LaCie and DJI collaboration drive. It's called the Copilot Boss. And what it is it's a 2 terabyte drive that has a built-in battery bank that not only powers it, but you can use it like a battery bank to charge phones and all that other stuff. But the cool thing is, you pull this off. Let's see if you can see this here. But it has ports and even an SD card reader built into it. So you can connect all sorts of, you can either put cards directly into it. I can put my micro SD cards into it using a little adapter, or you can even plug in a card reader for any different kind of card that you may have and automatically dump to this without the use of a computer. So I don't have to drag my laptop out there with me while we're out in the field traveling. I can shoot content on all 4 of these different cameras that I'm bringing with me and dump them all to this. And this is pretty cool. Let's see if you can see it here, but if you touch it, it has this amazing little readout screen that shows you its battery life and also shows you how much space is left. And it's all run just with this little button here to control everything to copy. So that thing is pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to trying this guy out. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, guys, if you haven't already, because I plan on doing a full in-depth review of this guy after this trip when I really get to see how it worked. And I think a trip to Iceland shooting 4 different cameras while out on the road is going to be a really great test of this device. So looking forward to seeing how this thing performs. All right, so we finally emptied the sort of main cavity here. So we've got plenty of extra pockets going on up in here. So let me show you guys real quick what we've got in there. Let's go in here. All right, so we've got GoPro batteries. So I always hate that these things fall all over the place in your bag while you're traveling. So little Ziploc baggie, plenty of GoPro batteries there. I also have charging cable. This is a charging cable for the Insta360. So let's go ahead and put that over there. I also have the charging cable for the GoPro, so this will go with the GoPro charger there. Let's go ahead there. And then I have this little cable. It's a little tether cable thing that came with the Insta360, so you can spin it around your head and do this sort of bullet time effect. Haven't tried that out yet, but who knows, I might give it a shot. So bringing that along right there. Moving into this pocket right here. These are a necessity. lens wipes. So these are Zeiss lens wipes. I always have a bunch of these on hand. I'll probably even stick a few more of these in the bag before I go, but always have lens wipes. What else do I have in here? My spare house key, because I always seem to lose my keys or forget my keys while I'm on trips. So now I just take this one key, don't have to worry about, you know, leaving the car keys or something in another country. So I know that when I get home, I have my key in my bag. In fact, I'm gonna put this back in this bag so there's no chance of me forgetting that. And then over here, I just have some various cables. So a few USB to micro USB, Apple Lightning and all that kind of stuff, because you never know when either you or someone you're with is going to need to charge something and don't have the cable. All right, so moving right along, we're gonna go to this last actually no, never mind, not the last pocket. We're gonna go into here though. And in here you can see it has this nice pocket. I usually keep pens and all sorts of stuff like that in here. But what I've got in here right now is I have my iPads. This is my iPad Mini 4, and I use this to watch movies on the plane, and I also use it to fly my Mavic Air using this little mount over here. So let's go ahead and put that there. That's actually all I've got in that pocket right now, but usually paperwork and anything I collect along the way goes in there. This nice little outer pocket here, I have my passport, definitely going to be important, and I like to have that on me. So go ahead and plop that in there. And then last but not least, this bag also can hold laptops. So on the side here, there is this zippered pocket. You unzip this, and in here I have my MacBook Pro. 15-inch, so needs to be cleaned up a little bit. But yeah, so I do have that in there. I will probably not be taking this with me when I go out on my excursions, because I won't need it, because I have this new drive from LaCie and DJI. But if I do want to do any editing and stuff like that when I get back, you know, always nice to have the laptop there. So we'll pop that back in there. But yeah. There you go, guys. I know that was a lot of stuff. I'm amazed that all of this actually came out of this bag. But yeah, this is everything that I am going to be taking so that I can hopefully get some great footage and enjoy my, my trip to Iceland. So if you guys liked this video, please go ahead and give it a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so you can see whenever I have brand new video content coming out, especially some of the content that I'm sure I'm going to be having coming out from this upcoming Iceland trip. And again, if you guys are interested in picking up any of the stuff that I now have all over this table, I will have links down in the description below. And you can also go ahead and check out the link to my Amazon storefront, where I have all sorts of gear and equipment lists, the stuff that I use and recommend. So you can go ahead and pick up anything that might suit you from those lists. All right, guys, thanks a lot, and I will see you next time.